Hi friends, it's Jen, and today I'm making chicken and dumpling vegetable soup for lunch. Stay tuned. Okay, so I have 4 chicken thighs that I just removed the skin. I'll leave some of the fat on for added flavor. And to this pot here, I will add 2 quarts of water. I'll add some garlic and some onion and boil the chicken. And once the chicken is boiled, I will shred it. But let's get started with the water. Okay, so the water is boiling, and I have equivalent of 6 cloves cut up, half of an onion, and I'm gonna add some salt. Yeah, this salt is not strong like the iodized table salt, so may require a little. And to this, I'm going to add the 4 chicken thighs. Okay, and for the dumplings, I will add 2 cups of flour. Again, this is unenriched. The key for me is to start using unenriched flour. We have a half a teaspoon of baking powder, a little pink Himalayan salt because my butter is unsalted, and we're also going to add some milk. Okay, so here's 1 cup of flour. 2 cups. And a half a teaspoon of baking powder, excuse me. Baking powder. And we're gonna add a dash of salt because my butter is unsalted. And next I'm gonna cut 2 tablespoons of butter into the flour. Okay, so I'm just gonna drop some of this butter, I'm gonna drop it in. Now I'm just gonna incorporate the butter. And once it's crumbly, I'll add actually, I'm gonna need to put this in the fridge because I still need to remove the chicken breasts, let them cool down before I shred it. I need to shred the chicken. Okay, so I removed the chicken. Let me give it a stir. I'm gonna check for the broth if it has enough seasoning. Oh yeah, it's got enough seasoning, all right. Okay, so I think what I'll do next is I'm going to add the vegetables. That way, as I'm preparing these vegetables are frozen. As I'm preparing the drops, the dough for the dumplings, I can bring the broth back up. So I'm just using Bird's Eye California blend vegetables. And towards the end, I will add quite a few bunches of spinach to this. Okay. All right, so now let me try and shred the chicken. Okay, friends, so I have the chicken shredded in the soup. Next, I'm going to mix the milk into the dough to make our dumplings. Okay, so it's pretty much blended. I put in the fridge because I was multitasking and I didn't realize I shouldn't have put my vegetables that soon. Now my broccoli turned that unattractive green, but just have to work with it. Okay, so 1 cup of milk into the batch. Okay, so I'm going to continue to fold until it's ready to be dropped into the soup, to the broth. So maybe in 5 minutes from now, I'll raise the heat so the broth is nice and hot so the dumplings can start cooking. Just drop them in. I really like dumpling soup. They even like matzo ball soup. Chicken matzo ball. Okay, there they are, friends. I got all the little dumplings in. And I'm gonna go ahead and cover it up. Needs to cook for at least 20 minutes. We'll be back in 20. There it is, friends. Looks mighty good. And as I mentioned, I'm gonna add a couple of handful of spinach. Definitely needs some green. But I'm going to take out one of the dumplings and give it a try. Really looks good. Fairly easy and quick. I mean, well, maybe it's not quick, but it's a good meal to make. Always good to get some greens in. Try to get a lot of vegetables and greens in any way you can. Okay, so I'm going to turn off the heat. There's a dumpling. Let me go ahead and give it a try. I added a little bit more salt, but otherwise looks good. Okay. Till the poor broccoli turned to mush. A little pepper.